If a free game wastes my time, I take it personally, so I tested a bunch of
Yeah,
free-to-play Steam
boy.
games. Most of them are garbage, these 5 aren't. Let's get right into it. Kicking this list off at number 5 with Delta Force, and yeah, I know, another military shooter, but this one actually feels like it's trying to be something more than just spawn, die, repeat. Delta Force is built around that tactical squad shooter energy where you're not just running at gunfire like Call of Duty with a different skin. Positioning matters, angles matter, your team matters, and if you play like a solo hero, the game will absolutely punish you for it. The first thing that you notice is the scale. You've got larger fights, multiple squads moving around objectives, and that kind of has the modern Battlefield vibe, if you know what that is, where things can go from calm to chaos in like 3 seconds. And what I like is that you can play it in two ways. Option one is locked in tactical mode with comms, covering lanes, moving together, playing the objectives. And option two is just full blown chaos, you and your friends doing the dumbest possible plan imaginable, and somehow still it works out. When Delta Force is at its best, it's the movement where your squad is moving like an actual unit. One person is watching the flank, one person is holding a head glitch, one person is pushing, and suddenly you win a fight you 100% should not have won. That feeling is kind of what keeps you playing, in my opinion. And the gunplay, this is where a lot of free to play shooters fumble. Delta Force has weapons that feel punchy enough to where kills don't feel like you're shooting marshmallows. You can tell when you're landing shots, you can tell when you're getting beamed, and it gives you that, okay, that's my fault moment, sometimes at least. Another thing is it has vehicles, and the map flow makes fight feels way bigger. So it's not just hallways and mid lane. You're dealing with open terrain, rotation, squads pulling up from weird angles, and it creates those moments where you have to think, do we push this now or do we wait and let another team walk in the blender first? Objective play matters too. If you're the type of player that likes having a purpose, capturing, defending, coordinating pushes, Delta Force scratches that itch way better than most free to play shooters. And when you clutch a fight in this game, it feels earned. Not I pressed one button and got a triple kill. It's more like I played that corner right, I didn't overpeak, I repositioned, I stayed alive, and we won. It's super, super satisfying. So overall, I would highly, highly recommend this game to you. It's really, really fun. Get some friends to play with, and you'll have an absolute blast playing this game for hours upon hours. All right, switching it up hard because the next free to play game is Brawlhalla. And if you've never played it, here's the simplest explanation. It's basically Smash style fighting, but on Steam free, and it runs on literally anything. Brawlhalla is one of those games where it looks simple until you play someone who actually knows what they're doing. You'll hop on like, yeah, I've got this, and then you're getting juggled off the map, bounced off the wall, and deleted so fast you don't even know what hit you. And to be completely honest with you, that's kind of why it's addicting, because it's not just button mashing, there's a real skill gap. Spacing, timing, dodges, reads, all of that matters way more than people actually think. The best part is that the matches are quick, so even if you get destroyed, you're back in another game instantly trying to run it back. And when you finally land a clean combo and send someone flying, the feeling is so satisfying. Another thing that Brawlhalla does really well is its variety. There's a ton of legends, and each one has its own style, but the real identity comes from the weapons. So you might find someone who has a sword, a spear, a gauntlet. And honestly, Brawlhalla is at its best when you're playing with a friend. 2v2s are pure chaos in the best way possible. You'll have moments where your friend accidentally saves the enemy, or you both go for the same hit and absolutely sell the game. But when you're synced up and you're cooking, it's absolutely fun. So this game is great if you want a competitive game that you can grind, short matches that don't waste your time, something that you can play kind of casual or kind of sweat hard, and a game that's just fun solo and with friends. So I would highly recommend checking it out. All right, next up is Rainbow Six Siege. Now, before anyone spams comment, yes, Steam is usually paid, but I'm including it because now they have a free version where you can play the regular game mode, but not competitive. So if you want the competitive, you're gonna have to pay for it, but the regular game mode is still amazing, and so that's why it's included on this list. Siege is not your typical shooter. It's a tactical, slow burn brain game where one wrong move gets the whole team dead instantly. No respawns mid round. No, I'll just outgun them. If you don't use your gadgets, your drones, your info, you're going to lose. And quite frankly, that's why so many people get addicted to Rainbow Six Siege. It's one of those few shooters where you genuinely feel yourself improving over time. Defense isn't just camp and hope. You're reinforcing, setting up utility, creating kill zones, denying entry like you're building a little death maze. And on attack, it's the opposite. You're droning, clearing rooms, opening walls, and trying not to get your head taken off by some dude on a pixel angle. The destruction in Siege is a huge part of the magic. Walls are not walls in Siege, they're basically suggestions. You can open up lines of sight, create new angles, make rotation holes, break floors, and play vertical. There are so many ways to approach the same objective, and that's why people love this game so much. So if you like tactical shooters, slow methodical rounds, learning maps and setups, outsmarting people instead of just out aiming them, this is going to be a fantastic game for you, and I highly, highly recommend it. All right, next game is Destiny 2, and yes, Destiny 2 is technically free to play on Steam, but I'm going to say it the right way. It's free to start, and if you like it, there's a good chance you'll end up buying expansion packs later, so keep that in mind. The gunplay in Destiny is honestly elite. Every weapon type has this different feel. The recoils feel clean, headshots feel crispy, and the whole game has this polished AAA shooter feel that most games that are free don't have. Destiny basically boils down to shooting aliens, getting better loot, becoming stronger, and repeating that process. And that sounds simple, but the loop is stupidly addicting because the game constantly gives you something to chase: new gear, better rolls, better builds, new activities. And for free players, you've got plenty to do. You can explore destinations, run strikes, do public events, mess around in different modes, and just enjoy the world. And the world itself is gorgeous. Destiny has that sci fi fantasy vibe where everything looks like a desktop wallpaper until you get jumped by 40 enemies at once. And like the other games on this list, Destiny is also way better with friends. There's nothing like rolling into an activity with the squad, everyone popping their supers, explosions everywhere, and you're just farming loot like a menace. Destiny 2 is free to start, the gunplay is top tier, and if you want a game that can become your main game for months, this is one of the easiest picks on Steam right now. I highly recommend you get it. All right, the last game on this list is Skate, and if you grew up on Skate 1, 2, or Skate 3, you already know why this is a huge deal. This is the new Skate, it's on Steam, it's free to play, and it's currently in early access, so you're basically jumping into the game that's still evolving in real time. The core reason people still play Skate has not changed at all. It's not just do tricks, it's the feeling of flow. You find a spot, you build a line in your head, you mess it up 12 times, then you land it clean once, and suddenly you're acting like you're filming a skate part for Thrasher. Another thing that I think is super important to note is that the controls are still built around that classic flick it style with modern upgrades, so it's meant to give you that only in skate kind of feel compared to other games. What's different in this game is the vibe. This isn't a lonely single player career mode kind of game. It's built on an online social world where you're skating around with other people, finding spots, messing around, and basically treating the city like a giant skate park. And because it's free to play, you're not taking a $60 gamble just to see if the controls feel right. You can just download it and decide. Now, I'm going to keep it honest. Being free to play means also in app purchases. So you'll see cosmetics and paid things on the Steam page, but that's kind of the trade off with any free to play game. So if you played the original Skate games, you're definitely going to like this game, especially being able to play it with your friends. That's super, super fun. One thing that I am going to note to you guys though is that there's the AI voice that kind of follows you around the whole game and guides you, which gets super annoying. And that's kind of the general consensus on the Steam reviews. So if you can look past that, which you can, honestly, just turn off the volume. You're going to have a ton of fun with this game, and I'd recommend it.